presents today. Welcome or welcome back. I heard you gotta get up early in the morning. Gotta get to work on time. I said you gotta get up. Today is Saturday when I'm recording this, so most of you do not probably work on Saturday, so I don't know what this is pertaining to, but it's something that you're having to do that is of value to you, and you got to do it early in the morning. I'm also hearing somebody is very capable. Very capable. The capable wife is actually coming to mind. Okay. It's not Sunday, it's Saturday. My spirit guides do not care about what my idealized version of a spiritual week is. Okay, whether we take a bath or we take a shower or we do a whole bath at the sink, or a wash up in the tub, like getting low and getting high vibrationally. There's a flow to my week. It always has been that way. But my spirit guides are like shaking up my week where I'll get these sermon like readings randomly, like on a Saturday, or it'll turn our Wednesday into a Sunday. I feel like the boundaries of the week are falling away. There's so many boundaries. It seems like the more that I instill healthy boundaries in my life, the more these invisible boundaries are falling down all around me, where there are opportunities. This has been happening for a long time. It's like going from having a closed mind, which wouldn't even allow information that could be of so much value to me to get in, because I had all of this malware blocker, firewalls. These firewalls built up that were instilled in me, just deeply entrenched beliefs. And beliefs are just the thought that people keep thinking. So it doesn't mean that it was a fact. It was just an opinion. But I live my life as if these were facts to live and die by. So it was a very strict life, and it continued with me long after I left home. No matter how far away I tried to get from it, I always had to stay inside of these invisible lines. So in my lifetime, I have crossed certain lines, and it's like after much deliberation, or God will have to literally intervene in my life and prove to me multiple times that this is a line that it is safe to cross, and I'll cross it. So to everybody else, it's just reckless as fuck. It's crazy. Nobody can make that leap. But to me, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, literally, if I was going to be risky, I know how to, be impulsive. I could just right there in the moment. No, this was like, I had to pray. I had to ask God to show me the way, because that's how much I did not trust myself to be able to accomplish what it felt like I needed to. Like everything within me was calling me. Yeah, I don't know. But like listening to my soul truth has always been necessary. It's always been necessary. But once I left the organization that I was a part of, I guess this is spirit talk because I just feel like chatting for a second. But like ever since I left the organization that created me, that raised me pretty much, it raised my parents, so it raised me, Jehovah's Witness organization. Like ever since I left there, my life has gotten bigger and wider, but it kept me in a certain bracket. So there were certain decisions that you couldn't make, but the rest of the world thinks that the majority of Jehovah's Witnesses are insane to live their lives so restricted and controlled. But it was a safety measure, not just physically, but it proved to be a safety financially. It also proved to be a safety energetically, and I didn't know about those things until life brought me back into a space where I would need to draw on that version of self to survive and to have the life that I actually grew up wanting to have. Okay. So anyway, the point was that, like, once I got out of the organization, now there's all these things that are available to me that aren't necessarily wrong, only maybe in the organization, but that's irrelevant now. Now I have to make my own choices of what do I see as good for me, bad for me, what is the right choice for me, right? So it was all these freedoms, and it took a lot of experience. And then there were a lot of things that called out to me that I had judged way too harshly. I mean, never. There's no circumstance that is okay. And I live my life that way, and I judge other people according to that. And then I got to a place in life where it's almost like, I guess I was praying for a situation where I could understand that type of man or that type of woman. And then, my God, did I not manifest the exact and specific situations that would show me that there is another way of seeing things, that in another scenario, with all of these moving parts being just so, I might play that role that someone else played, that I judged so harshly. And I guess life is like that. And it really, it was like a authentically humbling, but at the same time, confidence building, enlightening spiritual awakening for me. And it's hard for me to judge people harshly. I have certain things that you are pretty much, if I have to judge you, you might as well consider yourself executed in my reality, literally. Because other than that, it's freedom. Morals and authenticity. Fruitages of the spirit: happiness, joy, love, peace. Those are priorities. Stability usually comes easy to me. So that is not actually top priority with me. I feel I don't care. I never have how much money you have, what you wear, how different you are. If you are, I don't know, extremely sociable, or if you only like kicking it with me, like, just, yeah, fair. We have justice here. So someone could be a Libra. You could be a Libra. And that is something about the way your heart moves. I'm laughing because my mother, she's one of my top spirit guides. And it's weird because I think when I move away from my authenticity, that's when I don't feel my mama, because she don't really fuck with that fake shit at all. That's the part of her that's in me that's like from the street. It's like, nah, I don't fuck with that. Like, I don't fuck with that. Don't fuck with it. It's irritating. I did that. Like, that's being at the Kingdom Hall and also being a regular teenage girl. It created a split in my world where I had to hide my mini skirt and my book bag because it wasn't okay to wear a skirt that didn't go 3 inches past my knee. And I would be ridiculed, crucified at school. You can't do that to me. So I had to have a double life. I had to have a double life, a split personality. I had to. I was forced into that. That's why I ran away. It was no going back. But my mother, she was a Libra. And it's her energy, it's her heart that I carry. Because my dad is in my head. My dad is my mental matrix. By which, I live my life, and he taught me to survive. He taught me to survive. He taught me to keep me and my child alive out here. He taught me how to work the system, to be resourceful, how to be independent, to not be needy, to trust. He taught me faith. He taught me God. He taught me how to use my mind to get what I want, to create the life that I need. And he taught me how to protect my finances and protect myself and protect my energy without us ever having a discussion about fucking energy. In fact, I did not know the true value of my father besides the protector and the provider in most instances. That was all I really knew him to be, but he had instilled so much more in me just because of the interaction that we had. And it was very different from the women who raised me. And it was actually very different from my mother, who would have raised me, but whose heart I had. My dad's heart had went cold a long time ago. Too many traumas. The last one was, not my mother, sorry. The last one was 2 of my sisters. So for him, he can't afford to have too much of a heart. He can have it, but it's gotta stay cold. It's ice. But you can melt it when he's in his full power, and it's amazing. People would love when I would come around because they never even knew that he smiled or that he had dimples, mostly because he didn't smile bright enough for the dimples to show. But when we connect, he did. So he did melt that icebox for me. But the value that he gave me is so much more than anything that I remember. And there's a lot to remember about him. But anyway, it's just more. It's weird. It's because it's those things that he actually taught me that created a division between us as I got older. But the lessons that he taught me, they're invaluable. It's like everything happens for a reason is kind of what I feel at this point in my journey. So I feel like I'm having just a spiritual awakening. I was guided to have it publicly, I guess. But yeah, this is very healing for me because I feel like it's my mother's energy returning to me because I am returning more to a space of my true authenticity, like what just feels good to me and not all of what I've been taught that I need to do and that should be of the most, like, yeah, okay, I got it, I hear you. But I'm also hearing this thing called life experience mixed with all of the wisdom that literally I took, like I was listening. The fuck? I was listening. It wasn't just shit that was in my head. It was shit that I applied to my life and I lived those lives and I experienced those things and I started to tweak them because of understanding, because of hitting my head, because of falling flat on my fucking face. So I've critiqued it. I've revamped it. What do you call that? It's a new translation of the same things. It's the same energy recreated, but it becomes more because of our life experiences and the knowledge, the clarity, the wisdom that we add to it. So there's something in your life that is now justified, or something in your life that is now about to align or come into balance for you. But you had to be in this place where you knew it be like beyond a shadow of a doubt. I have this vivid ass memory And I'll never forget the movie. And I watched it 5,000 times. I was addicted to this one part in this movie, and it was called "Justice for All," literally with this justice card. And it was called Justice for All. I'm just seeing justice 444, the number 444, and all. But it was Al Pacino. And he's like, somebody, on the other team said, or the judge, or whoever, out of order, okay? And he was like, out of order? Out of order? You're out of order. You're out of order. This whole system is out of order. And I felt it so deep in my spirit. I had to be probably 9 or 10 or 11. One of those ages, between 9 and 11. I keep seeing that number too. But yeah, it was like the tower in my life. It was like the tower moment in my life where my veins were on fire. And there was so much energy pulsing through my body. And I felt so powerful. I know that this is not the way that it should be. This is not right. This is not justice. This is not my life. There is something not okay. I don't like this. And it was I could see everybody, these intimate moments where people were pointing their finger at somebody else and using me. I mean, I was a child, but I don't know. Adults love to talk to me about adult things. And I absorbed all of that information, but I was just like, you're out of order. You're out of order. You're all fucking out of order. Who fucking cares? Stop pointing your fingers. And because it's contagious. When you get into that judgment zone, it's fucking contagious. Do you have to have certain boundaries and judgments that are set in place? Yes, but they should really be fixed. I feel like a lot of our minds, the corporation lifestyle really works mentally, because you can save so much time and energy and actually pour all of that time and energy and focus into the things that you truly care about if you weren't so worried about how do I think about that, and how do I want to judge that, or how should I criticize that, or it's so much wasted time on tearing down things that truly do not even affect us. In fact, if you want to destroy something or tear something down, you might want to look at the things in your mind, in your life, in your heart that don't belong anymore, and put that energy and focus there. But anyway, you have, someone tore down something that was of a lot of value to you, or it meant a lot to you, or you felt as if this was taken from you, or that it was destroyed. And maybe you feel like, in hindsight, justified. We have justice here. Maybe it was unstable in the first place. Maybe it was a burden, to be honest, or there were a lot of conflicts that touched you emotionally, deeply, or, deeply wound you, actually. But something was a loose foundation. No matter how strong a structure can be on the ground up, if it does not have a steady foundation, then flood can come in and take it away. Wind can come in and knock it down. Natural elements can literally just lift that house right off the ground. It's nothing without a strong foundation. We have 808. Okay, 808s and heartbreak. So something has to do with heartbreak. Something has to do with possibly family, money, possessions, things like that. We have justice. Whatever is happening here. Yeah, see, we have the Emperor. Whatever is happening here, somebody built something. They were the foundation, and they were solid. But there's some situation here where the people that they were working with were not solid. The people that they were working with were not stable. So this Emperor could be as stable as they wanted to be, but the other components, okay, the other members or responsible parties here, these individuals were part of the foundation as well. So you can't have one pillar in a situation that requires however many, 2, 4, 6, whatever. You can't have only one that is actually able to hold the weight, or that is consistent, or that is, I'm just seeing wood, okay? I'm seeing wood that is solid, like, solid and firm and stabilized. And then I'm seeing wood that's like rotted and, or it has those gaps in it. You know how the wood can have those cuts in it? Something like that. Like, it's not going to hold the structure the way that it's supposed to. It's a rocky foundation, even if there is one person that is extremely stable. So it feels like it's something like that here, because we have someone that's impatient, tired of the broken promises. Feels like it's like this situation makes them want to do nothing, because that's what they're getting from the people around them. Nothing. They're putting what they have in. They're giving their energy, their focus, their attention, but nobody else is pitching in. It's just this one person. So something is not thriving. These cards aren't supposed to be in here. Okay. Let's see how long we on here. 20 minutes. Yeah, we have the Queen of Swords. This person could finally be speaking up for themselves. You could just now be speaking up for yourself. You could just now be feeling separate or independent of this individual who made you a pillar of something that was unstable. It's like you got your voice back. You got your voice back. I feel like someone could have unwittingly attached you or connected you to a situation that is not stable whatsoever. But if this is you and there is another person here, because I feel like for sure there's like 4 individuals, okay? I feel like there are at least 2 individuals that had the potential to make this be whatever it needed to be. For there to be results, for you guys to reach this goal, there were at least 2 of you. There's another that knew what you were trying to do and likely wanted to be a part of it. They could see your vision. Even if they weren't there yet, it's like they could see it. But there's another person that just literally just stubbornly worked against it, being lazy, a pessimist, like speaking negatively about it, like a perfectionist, like just overly critical, overly judgmental, and literally was the person that was working the most against it and working the least to the benefit of anybody else that was a part of this. So it is, it's a definite difference here. I feel judgmental even having to read these cards individually like this for you, but it just is what it is. And I feel like, especially this person, they would probably be the main person that felt like they're always judged, or the finger's always pointed at them. But they're like the only one that literally pushes against high vibrational energy. They push against the clarity of the God within. I don't care if you don't believe in the same God as me. You don't believe in anything other than yourself, your physical self. You don't believe in the air that you breathe, the life force, prana. You don't believe in that you're just breathing in something that you can't even fucking see, but literally you need it to stay alive. Like, if you don't breathe in this invisible, magical shit that's in the fucking clear air, I can't even say what it is that's out here, that the space and time between us, that invisible shit that you're breathing in. You're telling me that it doesn't exist? Like God, like you might as well say it doesn't exist, just like God doesn't exist. Okay, that's it. It's just you. You're right. And I'm biased. I am. I believe in God because I've seen God's hand in my life. You can't tell. I don't care if God is what that invisible bullshit is that I am breathing in right now. That if I literally hold my breath I'm not going to take in any more of this shit because it's not real. It doesn't exist. I'm not going to take it in. I'm just not. I'm not taking in any more of any fabricated. Oh my God, I can't breathe. Yeah, somebody just takes themselves right out of reality because they choose to not believe in literally what is sustaining them. It's like choosing not to breathe air and expecting to stay alive. You can't do it. I've tried. When I ran from the Kingdom Hall, I thought God was what they decided he was in their books and in their in the Bible and in the books, and I just had too many questions that I hadn't had answered, and I sought God other places. I visited churches, you know, to try to find an understanding of God in a different way. But I never truly understood God until I really got to know myself and connect with God personally. It's like caring about myself and connecting to myself was actually what made God more real and available to me, because we're made in his image. But it's like I had to clean up my image internally before I could really see God and understand more of who God is to me. Like, I don't know. But I'm telling you, you let other people decide what God is to you, and you may live your whole life without a relationship with him. And I mean, God is the friend that I'm telling you, it's your best friend. You can't do without. I don't give a fuck who your friends are. They could be amazing. I'm not saying that they are not. I'm just saying God should be one of them. Just one. This energy shit is real. The air that you're breathing, you want to call that God, that life force. You can't see the shit. It's magic. But you breathing, you living, ain't you? So it gotta be real. Jesus. Jesus. It's a lot of people out here trying to help people understand that God is real. Your mind is amazing. It is. Nobody's saying that humans are not amazing. I'm just saying you didn't construct that. You didn't create that. Somebody created it for you. The way you're using it is masterful. You get all the pats on the back. But what you are, somebody else did that. You were created. Even if you just your mother and father, you don't want to go further than that. Okay, who made them? Okay, yeah, that. Okay, who made them? Okay, yep, that. Who made them? Like, if we go in all the way back, it's got to be till it was just the air that we fucking breathe. So if you want to call the wind, the air, God, then at least do that. Okay, somebody got your back. Guess what? Anywhere you fucking are, guess where God is? If God is the air that you breathe, God is literally always there. Always there when nobody else is. You're never fucking alone, like not ever. Anywhere. If you breathing, guess what? God's there. Yeah. When you can't breathe, God's gone. You are God. You can't breathe, you're dead. You're spirit. You're at one with the air we breathe. All right. I don't know, but somebody I feel is trying to hide from some light or some clarity here. Independence. Okay. I guess that you could stand outside of this structure, or you could separate from this partnership or connection or this fantastic foursome that you guys got going on here. Someone, I don't know. It feels as if this is what's being seen, I guess. Is that you can stand independently, you can detach, or something about being rewarded, or yeah, it's kind of like if you went against the group, that you can still be rewarded even if you choose to go against the grain. Like if you choose to be the black sheep. Good morning. Good morning. Well, maybe I won't get rewarded by my son because I'm not doing what he wants me to do. And that might be you. You could be a mother. You could be a mother. You could be a wife. You could just be a woman in someone's life, and the way that you're choosing to live your life or whatever it is that you're choosing to do. This is divine feminine energy. I mean, it's really good for you. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to be happy with it all the time, and there is somebody who is just not happy with you choosing to be more. That's what I feel. You're going against someone's idealized viewpoint of you or what they intend for you to do. You're not doing what they want you to do. My son, I'm getting ready to kick his butt out. When I say he will be sleeping in his own bed, I mean that shit. You are not going to wake up and be cranky with me because I don't want to. I love to be there when he wakes up. It was the most wonderful thing. I was a nursing mom, so I just got used to waking up and cuddling with my baby. It was natural, it was normal, it was every single morning pretty much. Okay. But this baby is not a little tiny baby no more. So I don't need to be right there. I usually, and when I do, I do. I go and I get my coffee and I sit in the bed and I chill and watch, TV or work on some of my videos and see how they're looking. And when he wakes up, I'm right there and it's like, good morning. And we have the whole, literally it could be a show. It's like what I've seen in the movies where it's the happy family life. That's what I have with my son every morning. But some mornings I be having shit to do. I got work to do. I need to get out here and work through this energy. So I come to the table to do my thing. You better know. Thank you. Listen to me. I appreciate you because as much as I possibly can, I try to give you exactly what you want from me. So thank you for compromising with me. I appreciate that. I love that you spoil. I just don't want you to be an evil brat, okay? Okay? I give you freedom, you give me freedom. That's what we do for each other. That's right, eye to eye, exactly. I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's what I feel like. This is your independence. Like I just literally, that's what we're covering here. Me with my child is me asserting my independence. I want to move different. And I need to have that freedom to be able to spread my wings to do different things the same way you need that freedom from me, which is why a lot of times we stay inside because this is his playground. He is free here. He's free here. He has a few minimal rules, but other than that, the whole house is his to be and do however he wants to be. This is his freedom zone. But when we're out there in the world and on the street and in other people's zones, we have to adhere to their standards or for our safety. It's always some kind of rule, extra when we get outside. And so he doesn't like a whole lot of other people's fucking rules. Like, it's not like my rules. So it'd be different. And it's his preference. And actually, it's beginning to be my preference. I guess we kind of like got into this around the same time, at the same time, with good reason. It kind of aligned. It just aligned naturally. But it was like us asserting our independence from an old way of thinking and an old way of being. My son, please, every single day, we get up first thing in the morning, we going outside. Okay, we're going to go for a walk. I need to go to the store 11 times per day. Like, literally, let's go outside. Like, every single day, I'm telling you. And I felt like it was my fault because when I was pregnant, I don't care if it was snow on the ground, I was bundled up going for my walk. So, it was natural, and we did. Me and his father, we adhered to his schedule and his standard of living and the way that he wanted things to go. We tried to make that happen for him as much as possible. Um, but it changed, right? Like, I wasn't ready for the change, but I think I'm thankful for the change, and I'm starting to understand where his mindset was. So something could have felt rigid too, is what I'm getting. Something felt controlled and rigid to you, which in hindsight, you may be able to see the benefit of it. Yeah, just like I was telling you the story of my dad in the beginning of the reading, you look back and it's just like, wow, actually, while I may have, kind of fought you on that or really not like that, I'm actually starting to see the value of it for me. Kind of like, thank you, thank you for keeping us safe. That's really what it feels like. Okay, so I don't know. Something about this is where maybe it was emotional, physical. I don't know, but you guys offer some level of safety. And I feel like this person lost that. So this definitely could have been for somebody in the group who relied heavily on you for that emotional safety or security. So now you're not feeling that so much because of the separation or detachment, because you are choosing to do your own thing. Someone is having to deal with their emotional issues separately. Like my big boy son, come on, boss baby. You just went back there, washed your face, and dealt with them emotions immediately. You see how quick you did that? You a boss. I tell you all the time. You be killing these divine masculine out here. You only 5, and I see you on my table. You see this card? This is the Emperor. That's Taurus. That's your sign, and Virgo, and Aries energy dominantly. That's you. And you're gonna grow up to be a very strong and stable man, like that. That's the boss. That's the king. I tell you, he be King Louis when he out here in these streets without his mommy. But in the house, mommy is the queen and you're my prince, right? You're going to grow up to be king. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. All right, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, and this divine masculine, you got some haters. You got a fucking karmic ass baby mama. I don't know what her problem is. The Empress in reverse, she's not, her wishes aren't being fulfilled. I get why. Why do you think so? This is somebody straight up battle mode all the goddamn time. The 5 of Swords, and they compete with you, smile in your face and try to take your place and try to shit on you like you never was, like you never did, like you wasn't who the fuck I'm looking at right here on the table. I don't know what your physical or financial, somebody's wish fulfillment are not happening. Someone's got something here that doesn't feel like it's moving or going the way that they wanted to. So I don't know how things are going physically for you, but as far as energy wise, this masculine is a divine masculine. Now the Emperor can go and do whatever the fuck he wants to. His protection detail goes with him. So he could definitely get karmic. He could take it to the ground. He could get low with you if he wanted to. But mostly this masculine stays, it gets so lonely at the top. This masculine stays on top of the matrix. This person is not a part of whatever conflict or competition you're trying to create for him. It don't really exist. He don't see you or nothing. This battle or competition, he don't see you or nothing. The Emperor is focused on stability, and even more so because, like I said, this could have been a situation where it took 4 pillars and somebody went rogue, somebody abandoned their pole. Like, it's, they may have one other person or right hand that they can count on, and it might be their right hand. I don't know. But yeah, they're focused and not focused on that. Not at all. 99. This is the energy coming through from this particular divine masculine. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. And the Empress in reverse is a bitch. It's the opposite of the loving, doting, loyal, committed, trustworthy, emphatic, feminine energy, divine feminine energy that the Empress in the upright is. I just saw the star too, yeah. Period. Healing. Yeah, you have an Emperor in reverse too. So you have your opposite, Clash of the Titans. Yeah, it's the same energy right here. Nine of Wands in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Could be an Aries, a Taurus, a Sagittarius. Refusing to compromise, unwilling to trust the... It's a lot of people in this situation, but whoever this person is, there may be about 3 people here that honestly they could trust. But this person is in distorted energy. They can't see that. They can't see them or nothing. So they're struggling because they can't see them. They're struggling because they won't trust them. They think they can't trust them, but they could. But they're overwhelmed and defensive. Yeah, overwhelmed, defensive, dominating, extra controlling, stubborn. So there's like help that's available or something could work here, but there is a major detachment and it feels like it's really just coming from judgment. Being overly critical of one another and overly critical of, like, mentally staying in the mindset of overthinking the things that really don't fucking matter. So somebody, this is why they're aloof. If you're wondering why somebody's aloof or why somebody is just staying out the way, it's because y'all won't just let shit be. Whoever these people are, like, if this is who you're dealing with and you're like, okay, you say what you want to, I know who you're talking about, but that person is not all they're cracked up to be. Whoever this person is, they're like the daddy or the head of the family, or they are the pillar. Like I said, they would be the emperor of whatever this empire or whatever this is. They're at the top. They're the lead, the boss. Okay. Whoever this main character is, I feel like there are people watching that know who this is, and you may feel differently about them, but this is exactly their point, is that no one's paying attention to the truth. They're too busy stuck in their heads going through different situations and scenarios. It's so much strategy and not enough heart. Like the heart, literally, this is one of those situations where love heals everything. You guys could even all be soulmates. So it's like if everybody could cultivate unconditional love, and I'm getting at least 2 of you definitely can, with Justice and the Emperor, you're in divine energy. So you do naturally radiate unconditional love. That's God's love. These other 2 individuals, it's like they're lacking love of self. You can't even get them to love themselves, let alone be able to extend any kind of love that doesn't come with all of their strings and expectations and I don't know, ultimatums and threats. Pretty much, like, you can't. Yeah, I don't know, but somebody is ghosting this. Someone is pretty much going off the grid of whatever this situation or matrix is, and they're moving independently. It's a lot of people moving independently. I also feel there's a lack of recognition for, the people who are actually doing the most. Man, doing the most. Because you're having to play the part of 2. There's 2 of you that you're playing a part. There's some area that you are literally carrying. You're carrying both at the same time. For some of you, if this is your divine masculine or feminine, you are simultaneously creating 2 lives. You're still creating the current life that you're living, but the life that the 2 of you will share together, you have simultaneously been mentally putting that into place, so that when the 2 of you connect, it's like everything is the next step. Everything is just the most, the next logical step. It's just easy. So you guys have definitely been doing a balancing act while still prioritizing, and also able to make these decisive choices along the way. Shorty can swing my way, sure look good to me, but would you please swing my way? Shorty, swing my way, swing it over here, shorty. We got the moon in reverse, so I don't know what this is, but somebody was trying to get in your ear. Somebody was trying to talk to you, and you weren't listening. You were not having it. You were not having it because you had too much clarity. So I don't know. This messenger, it seems like they will be working for you, but they're focused on the past. That's why somebody was giving you outdated or past information, and you're getting your new clarity. It feels like you're getting it on your own. Queen of Wands in reverse. You're getting this on your own because you got tired of waiting. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Somebody is in love here. Someone is in love and also in tune with what that love is guiding you to do, how it's guiding you to move. The devil is in reverse. You've cut all strings, all ties to things that could hold you back from this new reality that is already created, really. You're living it, and you're living it while in expectation of the fulfillment of it. Like all of it, like everything. Nice. And no strings on the current reality, no strings holding you back or pulling you forward. You literally, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it takes for you to get angry, but you're driving. You grab the reins and you are guiding this chariot single-handedly. I think the only strings are your heartstrings, and you have put them on this chariot. You put these heartstrings I was about to say on these kings that are guiding you, but for some of you that's your reality. But you put these heartstrings where you've been guided to in order for things to work out the way they're supposed to. So that's what I got for you guys. That's the read this morning. I look forward to, thanks for the likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next live. I'm in love with your souls. Bye.